We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back.
GM, welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year to everyone. It's been a little while here. We're going to jump straight into things and just see the lay of the land going into Q1 here of 2025, which could well be a parabolic quarter for the crypto markets. So we're going to start here, bit of analysis. Bitcoin, this is actually the CME futures chart. So Eric Crown pointed this out earlier saying, look, the pattern bros, head and shoulders, doomers, they will be incorrect above 101,435. That is the number in the sand. A lot of these kind of posts going around on crypto Twitter as people are saying, look, Bitcoin's got a head and shoulders here, target to 80K. You've probably seen this quite a few times, but we're on the precipice of actually breaking the neckline of that. And so above 101,435 is kind of that line in the sand. We've pushed towards it somewhat, 99,600. Spot price action, you can see to the top right here, 98.8K on spot. So obviously a slight premium on CME there, but interesting stuff. I think we got Saylor going to be announcing a buy later on today also. So hopefully this gets wiped out and we capitulate upwards, which would be very apt, seeing as we are 2 weeks away from the inauguration of Donald Trump. And of course, the 20th of January, his inauguration, but also that is the final day or the first day of a new SEC chair, I believe, as Gensler then steps down. So I'm sure we'll see some funny action on that day. But looking into Q1 here, so just pulled this up, was looking at some charts after seeing some chads post about similar things, such as Owen as an example here. But just looking at this, so this is Total 3, which is the altcoins excluding Bitcoin, ETH, and stables. So Total 3 is essentially the shitcoin market. So what we can see here is a lot of parallels between this period of the end of 2020 into the early stage Q1 of 2021. And then 4 years later, we of course just had the back end of 2024 into the start of 2025 here. And obviously with the scaling on this, you can't really see how similar they were, but there's quite a few cool similarities in this. So back in November of 2020, we had this big up move, which obviously looks small on there, but when you zoom in and look at these things, that was a plus 73% candle for Total 3 market cap. Fast forward 4 years exactly, crypto works on the 4-year cycle. November 2024, we have a 73% up move as well. So a bit of a weird one, a bit spooky. Following month, we have a red candle, a bit of a doji gets printed, and the wick to wick is like 30%, and on this one it's like 33%. So there was quite a lot of similarities in that as well. The yellow line also denotes a reclaim of the previous all-time high of Total 3. This yellow line here denotes the same similar-ish timing as to that. We had a bit of a reclaim in the previous month, which was December, and now in January, hopefully going to move up and actually break through this, which would kind of signify we would be in the same stage as around February of 2021. So February 21, March 21, April 21, some big green candles to start off that first quarter and into April there. So potentially what we could see is a sped up timeline of this with January, big move up, maybe then continuation in February, Donald J. Trump in charge, Patriots in control, and then March, a move into this purple box, which seems quite a ways away, but that would essentially be a doubling of Total 3, which would be a huge alt season, and Bitcoin dominance obviously capitulating as well. So this just ties into the likes of Owen here saying that Bitcoin dominance is set to plunge into the abyss in the coming months and nothing can alter its course. He's also tweeted that he is fully filled on his spot purchases. This guy has some shit hot trading and TA. So interesting to read along with what he's proposing. And then if that matches up with your own confluence, maybe that's a decent person to have confluence with. But he's saying that regardless of what people say, this chart here, which is Bitcoin dominance, will put in another lower high. So lower high 1, lower high 2, lower high 3. We know this topped out at around 61%. And now we're down to like 57% today. And he says, study the price action of half one, 2021 and 2017. We've also got another parallel of course, Trump getting in charge 20th of January, 2025. And he moved into power in January 20th, 2017 for the first time. And 2017 was a pretty crazy cycle for cryptocurrency more broadly as well. So just some interesting stats that I've looked into. Again, 2017, so that was the Trump era, one of the highest number of all-time highs for the S&P 500 in that year at 62. So that is one of the bigger ones. This year, 2024, 57 was Charlie Bielow's take on this, but this was December 7th. I haven't gone back and looked at all the data, but obviously a big year for traditional finance, potentially mirror this into 2025. We could have another big move as well. PC Principle with some more confluence here saying, look, generally when Bitcoin dominance reaches its peak and total 3 accelerates, alts go parabolic for weeks/months. He goes into the kind of pitfalls of perps traders who are going to be trying to scalp, 30% moves, etc., struggling to get back into position after this. We're going to see some wild altcoin flushes, which, when you look at the charts, you don't really see them or you can't remember them, but some of the alt flushes we had in 2021 were pretty incredible. So as things go up, cash on hand to buy the dips, as you get funding resets and liquidation events, it's going to be pretty wild. So this is kind of where we are for Q1, potentially on the precipice. And as PC Principle states, if people don't have decent spot exposure going into that stage of the market, which we believe is potentially right about now, they will likely regret it for years, in his opinion. So very interesting stuff. Just to recap that chart, Q1 of 2021 was green candle, breakout, green candle, another green candle, then further continuation into April. We have January here, which we want to see, really confirm a break above for total of 3, and then follow through in February, March, etc. So that is where we stand right about now. Then we have a GG, well played, sir, to Blockgraze here. So yesterday he confirmed they found their dream house. He's going to buy it, but he has to capitulate the rest of his whiff to make it work. I think he had I'm going to say 4 million whiff at around $2 exit yesterday, $8 million, buying the dream home. This is literally what it's all about. You should have your goals written down on a piece of paper or something, know what they are, and if you can achieve them via trading of shitcoins, that is the sole reason we're here. Of course, it does feel like you're playing this giant MMO RPG online, and it feels very much like a game, but there's real consequences to this, and eventually the market will dry up. Currently, the casino is well and truly open, but you've got to take these big wins when you can get them, and obviously he's found the dream home. Fucking buy it. So he has. He sold his whiff, and he hopes he goes to $100 without him. So GG, well played. Mr. Blockgraze there, that is what we should all be achieving potentially in this cycle. Now, quick plug, tomorrow we have Meal Deal subscription service and the Roundtrippers podcast making a comeback for the first time of the year. So me, 563, and Grant will be doing portfolio breakdowns, chatting around the various narratives. So I'll leave a link to this down below. It is, of course, a paid subscription service, but it is well worth the money in my opinion, even just to see Grant's portfolio updates. He's been calling some ridiculous mooners, big gains, feeding the village. So, of course, future performance is not indicative of past performance. I think that is the phrase to use. But yeah, this guy's on crack, to be honest with you. So Roundtrippers coming up tomorrow. If you're interested, I'm sure we will talk about things such as this with AI mindshare now up to 72%. And I think that anything that is just AI adjacent will absolutely fly. So you'll have a gaming season that is powered by AI agents as NPCs. You potentially have metaverse, but the AI agents are powering the metaverse, and they're the core inhabitants of the metaverses. NFTs with an AI spin. DeFi now. AI is now trending today. Everything's just going to be AI adjacent, as this is the narrative and kind of the next stage of humanity, to be honest with you. So interesting stuff. We'll leave things off there. Bitcoin on CME 99.6, 101.435 is the line in the sand. Subscribe if you're new. Hopefully see some of you on Roundtrippers tomorrow. Peace.